Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. We're boxing today. That's my cardio. I've got a question for you guys. Does cardio interfere with strength? Growing up in the fitness industry, I was taught by my mentors that it is very bad for your strength development. Things have changed. And nowadays, people understand the benefits of cardio and your overall health. And actually, it is very beneficial for being healthy. But that doesn't answer the question. Does it interfere with your strength development? Well, kind of. Now, the scientists are now telling us that the interference effect, which has been discussed for many years, doesn't actually exist. And cardio doesn't interfere with your ability to develop strength. But I think there's a lot of nuance to that topic that a lot of people are neglecting. Something that I stand by wholeheartedly. The more things you try to get good at, the harder it is to get good at one. Does that make sense? So I talk about this with periodization. I talk about the man who chases 2 rabbits doesn't eat. So what does that mean? What are the rabbits? The rabbits are the different physical qualities. So you've got endurance, hypertrophy, so building muscle, you've got strength, you've got power. The best athletes in the world, the best scientists and coaches in the world, they know that you can't do all of this at once. So what they do with periodization is they train one phase at a time. So I've spoken a lot about periodization where I say, this is my 5-step model, which is another YouTube video. If you want to learn about periodization, click this. This is the best periodization video or summary that exists on the internet. Learn to move. That's what you first do when you come in. So every time you lift weights, there's only certain things that you can do. Learn to move, then build work capacity is the next phase, where we start increasing the volume. Then build muscle. So we start building muscle then turn that big muscle into strong muscle and then peak for a competition. So that's a standard model of long-term planning or periodization. You can't do all of that at once. Look at CrossFitters. They do all of that at once and they're great at being generally decent at everything, but they're not the master of any single quality. So therefore, can you do cardio and get strong at the same time? The answer is yes, but this is how I would do it. If my goal was to be off season, like right now, this is what I do. I do cardio and I do weights, and I'm not trying to reach my peak in strength. I'm working towards longevity, which is to be generally strong, generally in great shape, health above everything. But actually, if I was to compete in a powerlifting competition, I would probably phase my cardio training out. So I'd probably have my cardio training, which is my boxing. That's my cardio training. I'll get to that in a moment. Take that out as I get closer to competition. But I'd probably have it, further away from competition. And what's that going to do? It's going to improve my health. So there's more myths about cardio actually increasing your ability to handle more volume in your training. Actually, apparently that's a myth now, which is fine by me. I don't really care. But what it does is it makes you healthy. And what's the best style of cardio for you? For me, it's not jogging. I hate jogging. No offense if you like jogging. And that's what I try and teach everybody. Do the style of cardio that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, you're probably not going to put the effort in to actually get good at it. So this is something, instead of doing jogs or steady state cardio, I like to play a skill. And that skill is boxing, which I think that every man should know how to at least defend themselves. I'm a father of 2 girls, so that's why I'm 42 years old. So that's why it's something that I just want to have in the background, not so I can go beat people up, but better have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Adam and Dean, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Say hello to my YouTubes.
How are you going, guys?
Yeah, we're going to box on video today. Now, years and years ago, I took up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because, I watched the early days of UFC and Royce Gracie was the winner. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the best martial arts style. So I thought that's, the best martial arts style for self-defense. And one day I was walking down the street in Sydney and I had a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I thought I was a tough guy. And I was walking down the street and 3 guys were walking up and a bit of an altercation. They were staring at me, I was staring at them. We did the whole, what are you looking at thing? And I thought, I'm a tough guy, I got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt. So I engaged with this one guy. He started it, they started it, but I didn't back down because I was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? So I've grabbed the guy, and as I've grabbed him, 2 of his mates, dong, 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 I didn't feel it. If anyone's ever been beaten up before, the adrenaline. I didn't feel it. I heard it. I just heard dong, 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 dong. It was the most frustrating feeling that I ever had. Anyway, lucky for me, I didn't beat them up, but I didn't get beaten up too badly. I ended up not getting knocked out or anything like that. Anyway, that was like Saturday night, whatever it was. Monday, I came to Adam and Dean. I said, you know what, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as good as it is, street fights, which is not what I want to do. I like self-defense. I like to know that I can look after myself if I need to. But in the street, you don't come up against tough guys, actually. Like, I would not come into a fight with you because you wouldn't want to fight me because you know how to fight me. And that's not the people that fight. The people that do fight in the street are usually cowards and bullies.
Yeah, trying to prove something.
And how do they fight? In packs, right? So the lesson that I learned was don't go to the ground. You don't want to go to the ground if you're in the street because typically you're not fighting someone who knows how to fight. If you're fighting someone that knows how to fight, he'll probably knock you out in real quick time.
Quick time.
Right?
Because they know what they're doing.
With a leg kick or a body shot or something that's very easy for him to be able to execute. Anyway, so I came to him and I learned how to fight. Now, let me ask you, my dear friend Adam and Dean,
Yes.
of maybe 20 years.
20 years? Over that?
What do you think is the best martial arts? For those at home, if you want to learn how to defend yourself in the street, not to go start fights, of course.
No, just to protect yourself.
What are your thoughts on self-defense and martial arts?
Look, personally, the grappling is a good thing to have because for grappling side of things, if you do get on the ground, you know what to do. If you're standing on your feet, striking is the way to go. And out of all the martial arts, preferably, I'd go down the kickboxing road because you use all the tools. You got your hands, your legs, elbows, knees. So it's a whole one-stop shop. With grappling as well, you're on one package now, down the road of MMA. Whatever comes, you can deal with it.
So no more just Hoist Gracie with just one style.
I put a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
If you've got time to sort of study all these arts, that would be the best way to go about it, depending on what the situation is going to bring.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you can do more than one, it'd be good. But if you have to pick one over all, personally, because I'm a kickboxer, I'd go down the kickboxing.
Well, that's what I'm doing, because I do one, I'll tell you why, because I don't have time to do all the different ones.
Of course. So
one's
a one-stop shop. The closest thing to everything would be kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Elbows, knees, kicks and punches.
Yeah.
And then
So there you go. So if you want to learn a good self-defense that you can use to hold your own,
kickboxing.
stay on your feet.
The kickboxing.
Well, firstly, don't get in a fight.
Yeah, talk your way out of it if you can.
Talk your way out of it.
The best way is to talk your way out of it. And if it sort of doesn't happen,
and I'd say the next thing is to realise if you are in a street fight, you're probably only going to get into a fight with someone who's probably got their mates with them.
Mostly.
So you've got to avoid it altogether because you don't want to fight against more than one person.
No.
That's not good. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are. More than one, it's going to be
big trouble for you.
Yeah.
So avoid it at all costs.
Mate, at all costs. It's cheaper as well.
Number one, avoid it. Number two, stay on your feet.
Stay on your feet. Put your back against the wall if there's more than one to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So there's no one behind you. Just whatever you see is in front of you, you can deal with it. And just hope for the best if there's more than one or two, and that's it.
And now, if you absolutely have to, let's do some good combos.
I'll show you the basic drills.
Some basic drills.
On what to do and how to go about it, and how to set up a combination.
Let's do it.
All right.
So warming up first, so we won't do the combos yet.
Yeah, we're just warming up. Just pop the shots. One, good. Back. 1, 2. 2 hook.
Won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. You can try, but I won't stop. Won't stop. I can't be stopped now. I can't stop. I can't be stopped now. I can't stop. I can't be stopped now. I can't stop. You can try, but I won't stop. Won't stop. Lions, tigers, bears are my king of the jungle. I stand for the pride. Beat on my chest. That's the rhythm inside. I got so much heart.
You need to be fit to be good at boxing. And I'll tell you now as well, with me right now, I don't want to say I'm in terrible shape. I definitely prioritize weights, but that's just me hitting pads. I know that when you spar, it's a different level again because you're not just punching something that's not punching back.
That's right.
You're punching and you're protecting yourself as well. And you're probably copying hits as well. So that's the next level. And that's something that I always think about in between rounds is this. In a real fight, in the ring, it's like, that's a fair fight. In the ring, you got a 3-minute round, and then you got 60 seconds, and then you're on again. And then you got to do that however many rounds there are.
5 or 12.
5, 12, depending on whatever fight you're in. And so, if you think that cardio doesn't matter for boxing,
can try, but I
You know
won't
what
stop,
I'm
won't
saying?
stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. Won't stop. You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. I can't be stopped now, can't stop. I can't be stopped now, can't stop.
And the time goes off. Don't talk.
So I'll tell you how I combine my boxing with my weights. Right now, I'm only doing boxing 2 times per week. I'd like to do 3, but I'll tell you now, it does interfere with the energy for my weights training. So when I do more boxing, I can feel it's harder to progress in strength. But the biggest reason for that is because I am at a pretty high level in my strength, that I'm very sensitive to where I spend my energy. When I'm working with a novice and even intermediate, they're not at their strength potential. So typically I'd say, keep training your cardio, whatever you like. Keep training it alongside of your weights. And then whatever we prioritize, if you prioritize strength, as you start to plateau with your strength, then we can bring down your cardio or your boxing or whatever you're doing, playing a team sport, whatever. If that's a priority to you, like if you're going to a strength competition. But some people, they're not competing. They're doing it as a leisurely activity. And if they've plateaued, I'll ask them those questions. What's your goal? To be healthy, to be fit, to be, to look generally decent. Then fine, understand that the more things you do at once, the harder it is to get good at one. But does it matter to you? If you're a competitive athlete, it probably will matter to you. If you're not, like me, I'm not a competitive athlete anymore. I used to be a powerlifter, and when I was at my peak, I would not do any of this. But right now, health is important. So 2 days a week of this, and 4 days a week of weights. And on the days that I do weights, I don't do boxing. Some people have the energy to do it, but I don't. Maybe it's because I'm 42 as well. But the way that I used to do it is I'd try and do 2 in the same day. And I know that if I ever did weights in the morning, have lunch, whatever, come and do boxing in the afternoon, I'm performing boxing at a lesser level. Like it would interfere with my energy. And
Spend your energy, yeah.
It was like I couldn't hit hard, I couldn't be sharp. And then vice versa, if I tried to do boxing first, like now it's the morning session, if I tried to do boxing first and then weights this afternoon, I promise you I wouldn't be lifting as heavy in the afternoon. So for me, 4 days of weights and 2 days of boxing, and I would like to step it up 3 days, because personally, I think 2 days a week is okay for maintenance for me, but if I really want to improve, I don't think it's enough.
3 is good, 3 is plenty.
I think 3 is good. Like I said with weights, is I think 2 days a week of weights, I don't think is very good. You're not going to get much. It's okay, but you're not going to get a lot. 3 days of weights is good. 3 days of boxing. So
you'll see results as well in 3 days.
Yeah, so I think we go soon. I'd like to transition to 3 days of weights and 3 days of boxing. It's healthy. That makes me, be able to hold my own. I'm strong, I look good.
All areas are covered.
And I can hold my own. Hey, let's give some tips on a jab and a right hand. They're my favorite 2 punches. And let's talk about how to execute those well.
Okay, put the timer back on.
So let's start with the jab. So the first tip that I gave was keep your hands up. You hear that a lot in boxing. And I'll say one of the biggest things that I used to do, and I see people doing, is they go, whomp.
Yeah.
Because that's how we walk, we alternate. So when you go punch, this is what happens. And that's what I used to do. So I have to keep my hand on my face so that when I jab, if I drop, boom, this is where big trouble. So when I throw the jab, boom.
So I throw the jab over here, so it's always covered.
Hand up here, and then also elbow.
Goes in, tuck it in, so that come in, and back. One more. Okay, right cross.
Right hand.
Same thing, cover up, and back.
So watch this. See that pivot foot? Put out a cigarette in your back foot, hey?
That's it.
I don't smoke, but...
Go down, Andrew. It's only 3 points.
So left hand up,
Elbow
whack.
And bring it up. 1, 2, 3 point turn. One left, one right. Here we go. Base cover. One more. Two, one, again, two, good work. Nice.
kilos body weight, 179 centimeters. So I'm not, for a boxer at that body weight, I'd probably be up against someone that's about 6'3", 6'4".
All the heavyweights.
All the heavyweights, that's heavyweight.
That's heavyweight.
Well, I'm heavier than Deontay Wilder.
Yep.
And what's he, 6'5" or something?
6'5", 6'6". Then you got all of them are 6'5", 6'6", most of them these days.
So if I was to step in the ring at this body weight, I'd be up against someone who's 6 inches taller than me.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua.
And it's not just the height, it's the reach.
Yeah, the best bet could be Mike Tyson with your height.
Mike Tyson is my height. That's Mike Tyson's height. So there is hope
So
for
there's a lot
us.
of heavyweights. Of course, you've got the Tyson Furies, you've got the Usyks now.
You know what's funny? Because Usyk does look like small because he's
Yeah.
up against Tyson Fury, who's 6'9", but Usyk's 6'3".
Yes.
So he's not that tall. He's tall.
Yeah, but Tyson makes everyone look short. Fury, very, what, 6'6", 6'8", 6'9" even.
Yeah.
It's the tallest boxer in the game.
Yeah.
Maximum I've seen is 6'6", but
Which is hard to beat
yeah.
if you're at my height. So if I was to step in the ring, so this is what I'm talking about. So my body weight, actually lugging this body weight around is hard work.
Of course.
For the cardio system. So my heart's pumping extra. So if I wanted to step in the ring, I'd probably be better off dropping maybe 15 kilos.
Easy.
Easy 15 kilos. And
Easy.
that's still pretty big. That's
Yeah.
85 kilos.
Yeah. Or cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight, that's still pretty
88.
big.
Yeah.
So I'd still be fighting up against someone taller than me probably if I was 85 kilos.
For sure, for sure.
I'd be up against someone who's 6'1", 6'2".
All
Damn.
day. That's why your Tyson had the strategy for tall people. So staying close, move that head, and just keep moving.
A lot of people try and emulate the Mike Tyson technique,
Yeah.
but yeah, he was
not
very good at it.
He had a very good
Mike
trainer.
Tyson was very good at the Tyson technique, believe it or not.
3, 2,
I got to try and keep my hands up, so you'll probably spot it. Sometimes I drop my hand. I'm trying not to.
good. Good. Last one. Sit, suck it in, breathe in, and keep him off. That's it, keep him off. Two. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
So that's our session with Adam and Dean.
Well done.
2 times per week.
Easy.
Tuesday, Thursday. Splits up my week nicely and really good for my fitness. If you want to step in the ring, don't train as little as that. 2 days a week is not good enough.
No.
If I was to step in the ring, how many days would you make me train?
6 days.
There you go. And I would do that because if I was to step in the ring, I wouldn't want to lose.
Yeah, you're gonna be
And I know that I'd want to give everything I could. So 6 days a week, I would train to step in the ring. At my height, I want to lose 15 kilos. Minimum.
Yeah, it's probably
So
better for
maybe
you.
even 20 kilos.
Yeah.
Imagine me at 80 kilos.
That's the thing.
So that would
But your
improve
power
my,
was there, but your weight is less.
that'd improve my fitness a lot.
Not carrying as much weight.
less body weight to carry around.
That's right, correct.
6 days a week. And then, now, I'm the strength coach, so I'll tell you what I would probably recommend. I'd bring it down to 2 days of strength. 6 days of training, boxing. So as you get closer to competition, you be more specific. To be a better boxer, you don't lift more weights, you box more.
Exactly.
So I'd do 6 days with Uncle Adam, and then I'd do 2 days of accessory weightlifting. How strong can you get with 2 days? Not very. So my weight training would be about maintaining strength, maintaining joint health, but then the most focus would be on specificity, which is boxing every day. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that session. It's definitely off topic for me. I'm not claiming to be a professional boxer at all, but I love doing that as my form of cardio. And it's good to have legends like this guy, world champion kickboxer. He's been around for a long, long, long time. Adam, do you mind if I tell him how old you are?
Knock it out.
He's 50 years old, man. Look at that. Like, you know, when we talk about longevity in sport, like this guy moves well. Look how fit the guy is. You got to train. You know, it's like when we do the old high school reunions and see our old buddies. Anyone in his grade, you're probably not going to see anything like that. So he's a picture of health and someone that I look up to greatly. As fit as a fiddle. I used to think I want to be big and jacked. You know, but now it's like as I'm 42 years old, I look at that and I'm like, I want to look like that when I'm older. As long as I can move like that.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to just look like that for no reason.
No, it's all
Anyway,
good.
brother, love your work.
Always a
Love
pleasure.
your work.
Good
Legend.
work. Take care.
Legend.
Everyone out. Good on you, Bass.